Okay, good afternoon. Good afternoon. We shall start in about 20 seconds. I can see besides me, the moderator Titing and the other three speakers, we have um I think we have about 9 or 10 people streaming in, and now 11. Okay. Let me make myself a bit louder. Sorry, I'm a bit too soft. Good afternoon. This is Kevin from Singapore. And it's if you're tuning in from places like Indonesia and Vietnam, it should be sorry, and Bangkok, it should be 2:30 p.m. If you're tuning in from Malaysia, Singapore, or places that is GMT +8, it should be 3:30 p.m. And welcome to the Responsible Tourism Forum 4. This is Forum 4. We started somewhere last year. And if you're aware, if you had seen the poster that we've been sending the last 2 weeks, the topic for this RT Forum 4 is inclusivity in responsible tourism. So I am the host. I will speak for a very, very short while, and then I'll hand the stage over to Titing and the three speakers. So part of my job as a host is to welcome you and to share with you one or two pieces of information. This series of responsible tourism forums is mainly brought to you by Responsible Borneo or Reborn, an organization based in Sarawak, Malaysia, which is also the main people behind the once a year ICRTH ICRTH conference, which was held in the Philippines this year and which will be held in Sarawak next year. And so we have three speakers and the moderator who is with us for Forum 4. She's Titing from Indonesia. And yeah, and what we will do is we will get Titing to introduce herself, and then we'll have the three speakers each do a roughly 1 minute self introduction. Yep. So from now until almost towards the end of the forum, I will shut up and I'll hand the stage over to Titing. Titing, thank you.
Well, thank you, Kevin. As the host of Responsible Tourism Series 4 this afternoon, and good afternoon from Bandung, Indonesia. Hello, the speakers, the audience from different countries I see here. And let me introduce myself. My name is Titing Kartika, and currently I'm a tourism lecturer and researcher at Tourism School in Stepar Iapari, Bandung, Indonesia. Kevin, I think it's a very great pleasure for me to serve as the moderator for today's session, joining by three remarkable speakers in this forum. And I would like to welcome, and please also, you have time to introduce yourself about 1 until 2 minutes based on the guidelines. I would like to call Ms. Feliska Yvonne from Malaysia. Please, you can introduce yourself.
Hi, can everyone hear me?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, my name is Feliska Yvonne, and I'm here representing Warming Up. So Warming Up is an accredited social enterprise based in Kuching, Sarawak, Malaysia. So basically what Warming Up do is we promote environmental sustainability through waste management, education, and community engagement. So at Warming Up, we believe that responsible tourism start with a responsible living. Yeah. So thanks to our collaboration, mostly with Sarawak Tourism Board, our initiative support cleaner environments, greener practice, and more inclusive communities through our responsible waste management initiative. Yeah, I think that's all about me.
All right, thank you. Feliska Yvonne from Malaysia, Warming Up. Well, the second speaker will be from Miss Irene Meka from Philippines. Please, the time is yours.
Thank you, Ms. Ting. I hope everyone can hear me. Mabuhay from the Philippines. My name is Irene Mecca. I'm the Sustainability Manager for Naipalad Hideaway, which is a small barefoot luxury resort tucked in ancient mangroves and the sea in Siargao, which is actually located in the southern parts of the Philippines. We are part of the Long Run, which is a global community for nature-based businesses and committed to the balance of conservation, culture, commerce, and community, which is known as the 4Cs. So the 4Cs actually served as a sustainability framework when the Long Run joined, when Naipalad joined the Long Run. And now, since we are still after understanding our 4Cs and now that we are into furthering our sustainability and 4C journey, we are now trying to embed the 4Cs into our daily operations in the resorts and in how we also engage with our community and partners. Thank you so much, Reborn, for having me this afternoon and looking forward to our conversation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nai. Very great introduction. Now let's move to the other country, Vietnam. Miss 2022. So sorry if I mispronunciation. Okay, please.
Yes, hi everyone. I'm Trịnh Thị Thu Thủy, come from Hanoi, Vietnam. We are an organization of people with disability in Hanoi. The accessible tourism in Vietnam is a project of a group of people with disability in Hanoi named that Bright Future Group with people of people with disability. We hope that via this project we can promote the accessible tourism for everyone, not only for people with disability.
All right, thank you so much, Miss, from the Vietnam. Okay, I think the all remarkable speakers already introduced themselves. Now it's time for the answering the questions. As informed before that we already prepared about 5 questions that will be addressed by our speakers in turns. So now let us begin with the first question for Ms. Faliska Yvonne. The first question is, okay, number 1, how can inclusivity be measured or assessed in a tourism destination referring to your area or in your destination area? Thank you.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna be sharing based on what Warming Up has been doing. So at Warming Up, we see inclusivity as more than just accessibility. It's about ensuring that everyone, especially the local and marginalized group, can take part or benefit from the tourism. Yeah, so we measure inclusivity by looking at who is involved, like who benefit, who feels welcome. So for example, for us, right? So most of our program is with the school or the rural community. So how we track it is by looking at how many local people or especially youth engaged in activities like recycling and upcycling, because that is our major, right? Sustainable waste management. And also from where we look at it is how whether women or community groups are leading or any like co-managing any projects that they have within their community. Okay, so that's how we look at it lah. Yeah, so but for us, in tourism wise, from what we have been doing is how tourism activities have created shared benefits, such as cleaner environment and income opportunity. That's the 2 things that we are looking at lah. Yeah. So, but also, we also use the community feedback session to listen to their experience and ideas. Because sometimes inclusivity they can't be measured by numbers alone. So I think feedbacks and idea from them is what's more important lah, part of the journey in responsible tourism, I guess. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Faliska. Then, of course, we are going also to listen from the Philippines perspective from Ms. Irene. See the same question.
All right, thank you. Actually, for us in IPALAD, same with what Faliska shared about warming up. For us, it's both a principle and a practice, and it's something that we can also see, feel, and most importantly, yes, measured. But I do agree with what Faliska mentioned earlier that not everything can actually be measured. And so for us, we assess inclusivity by looking at yes, who participates, who benefits, and who also belongs in our tourism journey. So through the 4C framework from the long run, again, that's conservation, community, culture, and commerce, we translate that into concrete measures. So for us, it's trying to understand or trying to measure how many of our team members come from the local community or from the region, how many have grown into leadership positions, how much of what we use from food to our supplies comes from the local producers, the farmers, the fishermen, and even the artisans. And most importantly, we also consider the inclusivity of our internal community. So that's our staff and their families. Because for us in Naipalad, they are really the hearts of the organization. And by the way, in our organization, we don't address really the staff as staff or colleagues, but we address them as partners. And many of our partners have been with us since the very beginning, growing with the resort and shaping our culture of care, kindness, and shared responsibility. And so inclusivity for us isn't just limited to the programs that we run in the organization. It's really also how it's reflected in how we treat our people and the community that surrounds us. So that's what we measure. And that's also what gives meaning to our sustainability work.
All right, thank you, Ms. Erin. Very comprehensive explanation from the Philippine side. Now, how about from the Vietnam? Also, there is something, the same things with the other countries, also or the different thing. Yes, please, Ms. Trin too.
Yeah, for me and for our organization of people with disability, we have our view on this inclusive tourism. The first and the most important for us is the accessibility. Accessibility is the key of people with disability when they come when you go out to the social and make the social inclusion. And is that so in our accessible tourism project, we have some assessment of accessibility for every site or service. For example, so firstly, we have the accessibility of physical, for example, the ramp, the restroom, also the room, also transportation. If it's accessible or not, and the second, we assess the information. For example, the website or have the standard of accessible website or the audio information if they are so positive. And so third is we assess the staff attitude and capacity to in serving traveler with disability. And the last, we assess the policy and commitment to inclusive tourism. Is the most important for us. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So we can see from the three different countries here, basically it has the same principles, but probably in implementation something different with different challenges, I think. All right, thank you so much. Now let's move to the second questions. Dear the speakers, the second question is about local communities involvements. Okay, so what are the strategies should we have to ensure that local communities, especially the marginalized or vulnerable groups, are genuinely involved in tourism planning and also in decision making. So is it okay if I also call Ms. Valiska again first?
Yeah, so I think for roaming up, right, whenever we have this community-based project, it always start with the community voices. So like before any project begins, we talk directly to the local people. It can be the youth, the women, or the elderlies. So it depends on who is the focus or the focus group that we are looking at. So from there, we try to understand what they really need and what challenges they face. So, and then after that, from there, I think we come up with the solutions to what they need. So basically, the solution that we have is something designed based on their feedback. So it's not just entirely from our own idea. So we look at their daily realities. For example, for us is the waste issues and to the livelihood opportunities, and then we build programs around those kind of needs. Yeah. So also during the program itself, the project or whatsoever, we also make sure that everyone can join in the process by, of course, I think communication wise, it's better to, just go down and just same level of communication with the community instead of just making the space more like very awkward or like using a very formal communication wise, something like that. Yeah. But then most importantly is we give the community some ownership or some decision making power, because from what we see is they are not just a participants, but they are like our partners, right? Yeah. So when they see that their ideas are being implemented, and then they become more proud to become a protector of their environment and their culture. So yeah, I think that's what the strategies that we have been implementing for warming up. Yeah.
Thank you, Ms. Valiska, from warming up. Okay. How about from Ms. Iren's side? Do you have also the specific strategies in answering the questions number 2?
Yes, for us, our approach to inclusion has always been rooted in relationships and co-creation. And that's also something that Faliska mentioned, co-creation with the communities, making them partners. And so from us in Naipalads, from the earliest days, it was really built by local hands using local materials. And, that sense of ownership continues until this day. So we work closely with different local organizations, different farmer associations, fishermen, and even the community elementary school, and this community partnerships ensure local voices are part of shaping what we do, from sourcing as well as education programs to environmental projects that we strive to pursue in the islands, not only in our direct community. And also, for us, we believe that inclusion means more than listening. It means building capacity and trust. So people can also take leadership roles. So it's very important really to have them as part of the table, make their voice parts of the process. And so for us, with our partners in our internal community, that's why we really invest in continuous training, skills developments, and open dialogue with the team, and as well as our local partners too. So there is really that level of transparency as well. And again, I want to reiterate trust. Inside the resort, we make sure that every partner, that is every staff member, from the gardener to the kitchen team, feels that their voice really matters. That internal culture of belonging naturally extends outward, shaping how we engage with the wider community of Siargao Island. So inclusion for us isn't just participation in planning. It's also a shared ownership in purpose.
Okay, very interesting sentence that I quote from your words. How people can take leadership roles. Wow, okay, that's big challenges. Now let's move to the Vietnamese twin two. See this question number two, please.
Yeah. In my eye, we have a 5 point, 5 point for ensure meaningful participation of marginalized group, including people with disability. Uh, the first, we want to promote meaningful consultation mechanism by involving representatives of the group from the very beginning of tourism planning. Yeah. And the second is promote the capacity of uh, organization of people with disability and local community to empower them with learning and negotiation skill. And the third, we want to establish regulation, multi-stakeholder dialogue as a force mainstream inclusive into on tourism program. Yeah, it's very important for us. And the last is ensure the transparency and open access to information and allow the community to provide feedback and oversight. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, Ms. Trinh Thuy from Vietnam for the answer. Wow, the two questions are already over. Now, can we move to the other questions? Speakers? Yes, now let's move to the number three. Okay, can you share the example of successful partnership between local communities, private sectors, and government that embody inclusivity in tourism? Okay. Is it okay if I call Ms. Faliska again for the answering number three?
Yeah, so I think for us would be our collaboration with the Sarawak Tourism Board under the Responsible Tourism and Responsible Waste Management Initiative. That one is, I think, the best example that I can share, because together under the Sarawak Tourism Board, we have worked with a lot of local communities and businesses. So some of the example that we have contribute to responsible waste management, especially with Sarawak Tourism, is during the Rainforest World Music Festival, right? So I think you guys heard about the Rainforest World Music Festival, right? So what we do for the Rainforest is we help with the waste management. Yeah, so waste management during the event, everything. So um, during the event itself, we bring together community volunteers to involve in waste collection, and we also do some like upcycling workshops and eco awareness campaign. So overall, it is the thing that we do during the rainforest is just like turning what was once a simple cleaning up task is into a meaningful, shared learning experience for everyone. So rather than just the volunteer, rather than they just help to clean up the event with all the waste, but they learn how to segregate the waste and also to educate the visitors, just to uh involve the visitors during the rainforest to segregate their waste correctly. So I think that is one of the example of a successful partnership that I can share. And also together with Sarawak Tourism Board as well, we also have this program with the homestay operators throughout Sarawak. So for example, currently we have this responsible craft initiative, and previously we have the food forest initiative. So this is where we bring the local homestay operators. We try to empower them to adopt sustainable practices in their daily homestay operation, while at the same time generating income they are actually contributing to something like taking care of the environment, especially in waste management. So I think that's what I can share with you guys about the partnership that we have. Yeah.
All right. Miss Faliska, I went to Sarawak last week and I'm super proud because I can attend like the Sarawak Carnival 2025. And there is a what is it, exhibition from the local community that showcase about the food, fashion, and also what is it, under the Ministry Kebajikan. Yeah. So I interview some of the local community. I says how they create the like the handmade, the fashion. I really appreciate because they have very good ideas in developing the local product in their region. So, yes, very
Yes.
interesting. Okay. Well, now thank you, Miss Faliska. Now, how about from Miss Iren's side?
Yes, thank you, Ms. Ting. For us, it's really important to strike partnerships, especially strategic partnerships, because for us, like a small resort, we don't have all the technical expertise, the knowledge, especially when it comes to research. So one of the best examples that we have is this partnership that we had with the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, and also with one of the large universities in the country. So that's the Mindanao State University in Iligan, as well as partnering with the NGO Zoological Society of London in the Philippines in our mangrove project, in our mangrove protection initiative we call the Mangroves for Life. So since we don't have the expertise and as well as the resources to be able to better understand the mangroves, because of course, how can we protect the mangroves if we don't understand it? Right. So it's really very important for us to tap into these expertise that we don't actually, that we lack on our own. And so for us, it was really a very strong partnership. So the university or the academe actually provided us with support in gathering data from the field by sending us their students through an internship program that we host for these students. And so we provided them with accommodation as well as whatever support we can give them when they do the field, of course, ensuring also their safety at the same time. While the Zoological Society of London, the mangrove project of theirs, also provided another layer of technical expertise. And of course, the Department of Environment providing the support, the permits, as well as the accessibility in those areas where we need to conduct the research and the field work. And so whatever output has been gathered contributed to the biodiversity reports of the resorts. And that also actually helped us and guided our management plan for the protection of the mangroves in the area. So that's one. And then at the same time, it also allowed us to better understand the mangroves as well as the different species that depend on them. And that also allow us and our internal community to better engage with the environment and also promoting citizen science. And that really encouraged the internal community to participate in whatever program we push for the betterments of the mangrove community. Also, on the other hand, in terms of other community initiatives, we also collaborated with the local government, other health partners, and also our team when we did our health missions that actually reached almost 2,000 children in the island, giving many their first pediatric consultation. So that really required coordination between these different agencies. And then another thing that I would also like to bring up was from 2 years ago, I'm sure you remember about the Super Typhoon Haiyan that hit the island. It really devastated the island that time. And so locally, the typhoon's name is Odette. the Naipalad team became a lifeline. Actually, I wasn't part of the team then, but hearing the stories from the partners really is always emotional. The resort became a lifeline of the community because through the resort's efforts and also the partners, they provided water, medical care, and rebuilding materials for homes of the different community members. Of course, starting with our internal team and their families first. And then lastly, another partnership that I'd like to bring up is especially in an island setting like Siargao, wherein it's very difficult to really bring in our supplies. And also to also minimize our carbon footprint, it's very important for us to really engage with our local farmers. And through the different local farmer associations that we've identified, we've built an ecosystem of local producers so that the guest experience so that the guest can also experience whatever is served on their plate or in their villa actually comes directly from the island community. So yes, these are for us
All right.
examples of inclusivity.
Thank you so much. So success for your monk group, so it can involve your local community in your area.
Yes.
All right. Let's move to Ms. Trinh Thuy, please.
Yeah. For me in Vietnam, there are no survey or report on the situation of people with disability when they are traveler. So that for us, the raising awareness on accessible tourism is very important. In our project on 2018, we organized some dialogue between three parties. The first is the person with disability and their organization, art and customer and stakeholder. And the second is the travel agency, accommodation provider and service operation. And the third party is the tourism authority. And from their dialogue, stakeholder when the deeper understanding of need or barrier and cooperation opportunity with people with disability when they become a traveler. And the business begin improving infrastructure as training staff and creating more accessible product. And from their workshop, we organization of people with disability can be the advisor for travel agency when plan the tour or planning for people with disability when they do travel. That's it.
All right. Thank you so much, Ms. Trinh Thuy. All right. Okay. Now, everyone, we have two more questions. Now let's go to the questions number 4. The question is, what are the key barriers to accessibility, both physical and social, that need to be addressed to make destination inclusive for all? Would you mind answering the question number 1, Ms. Faliska, first?
I think for us, physically, I think some rural site or rural community, there's still a lack of proper waste management. And so I think this one can make the environment quite difficult or unsafe for visitors. And then socially, I think there are also the thing called like attitudinal or information barriers, something like that. Because I think some people may feel like hesitant, to join tourism activities because sometimes they think it's only for expert or they are not aware of the opportunities. And I think aside from that is also from us here, I think language and communication gap can also prevent the full participation from the community itself. Yeah, and I think to make tourism truly inclusive, I think we need to improve. I mean, for ours, I think in Malaysia or in Sarawak, I think we need to improve the infrastructure while also, trying to create a more welcoming environments and simple information for all visitors, I think. Because that way, I think every person, regardless of ability, age, or background, I think they can safely and confidently take part in the experience. Yeah, because like, for example, in our upcycling or eco awareness workshop, for us, we work directly with the local youth and community volunteers. So we provide simple instruction or hands-on guidance so that everyone, even for the first timer participant, they still can engage or contribute and learn together. So I think that's the key barriers to accessibility for us, lah. I mean, for our perspective, yeah.
All right, thank you. Now, Miss Irene, turn.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Ting. Yes, on the two levels of barriers, yes, we have physical and social. So like in an island setting like Siargao, physically, it presents natural challenges. So we have uneven terrain, limited infrastructure. Yes, we do also have that. And also the distance from the mainland. So this really make accessibility harder for the guests, especially with mobility limitations. And then socially, there are barriers that appear when communities feel excluded from the opportunities or when certain groups lack access to jobs, trainings, or decision-making roles. So we in the organization actually try to address both by embedding inclusion in our everyday operations. So from local hiring and training to community support programs that really extend beyond the resort. And our strong internal culture means our team members take care of each other and extend that care outward, especially during times of need. As seen in the previous typhoons. Actually, we also just had a typhoon 2 days ago in the country, and that care again was shown deeply into the external community of the resort. So this is actually when we see our staff work hand in hand to support our neighbors, for example. Actually, for us, there's still a lot that needs to be done. We continue to explore how we can really make our spaces and also our guest experiences more accessible, and to also ensure that the benefits of tourism, both economic and social, remain open to all. So yes, in terms of physical barriers, that's really a work in progress for us.
All right, thank you, Miss Irene. Now, how about from Miss Trin Choi? Still the same questions. What are the key barriers?
Yeah. For people with disability and organization of people with disability, we have 4 barriers. Yeah. The first is a barrier of attitude. Sometimes in some ways there's the social stigma and lack of awareness about person with disability. They don't know that how the people with disability can join the trip or come go out to visit everywhere. And the second is the barrier from information. They are a little or very limited information about destination and so of service. You can imagine that how can the blind or the deep visit one powder or one sea? How can they feel the sea, the mountain, and we have to provide suitable for them by the blind, by the signature or the sign language, and so that. But they are the limited the guide who can use the sign language and miss a lot of information for them. And the third is a barrier from policy and legal, because they, I think that there are no the policy for travel with disability, like a very that like a resort of to provide the service for traveler with disability. And the last, the physical barrier. No infrastructure can accept phone, no public transportation for wheelchair, for example, and no tourist facilities that can accept for everyone. For example, in public area, no toilet can accept for wheelchair. I think that is the most important for traveler with disability. Yeah. So if we can break the four barrier, the travel becomes more accessible and more inclusive. And the most important is that addressing the barrier requires strong multi-stakeholder cooperation, not only from organization of people with disability, but from the travel company, from the government and community, and also. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Miss Trinity. So I can get more knowledge from your countryside. All right. I think, Kevin, we have some more time. Is it so? Because we have the last question. Is it okay? Yeah. The last question, number 5.
Yes, we still have time.
All
We
right.
have about 10
Okay.
minutes.
Thank you. This is
Yeah.
also another interesting question for all of you as the manager of tourism destination, or maybe in different countries like you have. Okay, this is about the how can the technology and digital innovation promote inclusivity, particularly for the travelers with disabilities and limited mobility. Okay, who wants to answer first? Okay, Miss Iren, I think we changed the turn now. It's okay, please.
All right, thank you, Ms. Ting. Yes, actually, technology really is very powerful. It's a powerful tool for inclusion. Though again, we are also still a work in progress on this. But in NAIPALAD, we're beginning to explore how digital innovation can make travel more transparent and accessible. So recently, we've started with simple changes, like we've updated our website design early this year, so guests can actually have a very good visual of our spaces and can give guests with limited mobility more confidence to plan their stay. And then perhaps in the near future, we can also start exploring digital storytelling. So this way, we can actually connect with travelers before they even arrive at the resort. But also, we're actually using technology more in our internal community. So tools that actually strengthen inclusion through training modules, and then most importantly for us, citizen science initiatives, really, especially in our mangrove protection initiative and also in our recent coral rehabilitation efforts. So this also helps in the data collection that involves our partners, that is our internal community, our staff. And then also we're slowly engaging as well our external community through the youth from the elementary school, as well as through our interns from the different local universities. So not only from the university whom we partnered in our mangrove protection project, but as well as our local interns from the islands who are hospitality majors and tourism majors. So we also make them part of the citizen science initiatives using these digital tools in monitoring and tracking.
All right, thank you. So how about from Miss Faliska's side, from Malaysia?
Yeah, so for us, technology-wise, although it's not focusing, although our technology is not focusing towards tourism, but for us, it's more towards the sustainable waste management, right? So, but then contributing back to the responsible tourism, we do use kind of like because we have this one focus, which is also the upcycling of plastic waste, right? So we do have this technology whereby this machine, I would say like a machine that can actually uh convert the plastic waste into, you know, a new product based on the mold that we use, right? So we have this called the shredding machine, whereby this shredding machine will shred the plastic waste, and then after that it will melt the plastic into a different kind of product. Basically the end product depends on the mold. So I think these are some of the technology that we have been trying to make it I would say like accessible for the local, and of course like easy to bring into the rural area. So I think that is one of the technology that we have. And also digital wise, I think not many people are aware. I think not many are still aware about the sustainable waste management, right? So currently, I think similar to Miss Irene, we also in the process of updating our website, just so that our website can feature a lot of our initiative, especially on the responsible waste management, so that it can reach out to a broader wide audience. And also through our social media, I think we have been doing digital storytelling and social media to just share with the people from outside Sarawak, and also within Sarawak itself, about our responsible tourism practice, what we have, eco workshops, or you know, just to have this just to let them know that we have this kind of program, and that it is, you know, even though they are not able to attend physically, they're still able to, you know, share or just watch virtually based on what we have shared digitally. Yeah, so I think that's what we have been doing in warming up in Sarawak.
That's very interesting from warming up side. Okay, now Miss Toy, the last part from your side. Still the question regarding to the technology, please. Is she freezing?
Miss Trin could be having some issues with the
Yes, yes.
Wi-Fi,
Yeah, I
maybe.
think so because I see. Oh, all right.
Oh, hmm.
Okay. So, Kevin, from the three speakers, of course, we learned a lot, right? And also many important things regarding to the inclusivity. So I can say it's like the inclusivity plays an essential role in shaping the responsible tourism, I think, particularly in responsible tourism practices. Okay, is she joining now, Miss Trin Tui? Oh, okay. Welcome back.
Oh, so sorry.
That's
Oh, so
okay.
sorry. Our
Yeah.
internet right.
All right. So welcome back, Miss Trin Tui. This is the last question for you regarding to the technology.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
I know.
please. Okay.
Yeah. For people with disability, we believe that technology gives us a powerful opportunity to advance inclusive tourism. The first is the digital map and mobile application allow traveler with disability to check accessibility information is very important for prepare and cheap. And second, assistive technology such as screen reader, audio guide, or caption enhance independent. Uh, we we have a power tool in hand. And the second, inclusive online booking platform display clear accessibility information. For example, in agoda.com or booking.com, we can find the hotel who provides the accessibility for us. Yeah. And the last is social media and experience sharing platform empower person with disability to raise awareness and inspire others. We can learn each other for planning the trip or can resolve the problem when we have a trip. Yeah, that is very important for us. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Choi. Okay. I think that's all the 5 questions that already discussed together with all 3 remarkable speakers. Before I close, I would like to say thank you for the all participants from different countries who already joined this session. And again, probably this the close sentence very important, Kevin, also all that inclusivity plays an essential role in shaping responsible tourism practices. It answers that communities, regardless of social background, ability, gender, or identity, can participate meaningfully and enjoy equal opportunities within the tourism sector. Okay. Again, thank you very much for great sharing from the all 3 speakers. I'm Titing, and back to you, Mr. Kevin Poon from Singapore.
Thank you, Titing and Miss Irene, Miss Feliska, and Miss Trin from the Philippines, from Sarawak and Hanoi, respectively. In a moment's time, we will do what we always do in the RT forum. That is, turn on our cameras to take a group photo. So before that, just sorry, at the start of the forum, it slipped my mind to let the audience know that we usually don't have a Q&A. But if you want to, if you would like, if you have a question that you want to ask, you can always reach out to the 3 speakers through us. Yep. We have a Facebook page. Reborn has a Facebook page, and that is where we will post the recording of the RT Forum 4. And yeah, and one last thing before we all smile and take a group photo, do catch the date for the next RT Forum, which will be in 2026, the first, probably within the first 3 months of next year, 2026. And hope to see at least some of you in Miri, Sarawak, for the ICRT conference in 2026. That is happening in July 7th to the 10th. Yeah, so I'll hand over to Kairani from Reborn to facilitate the photo taking.
Okay, hello, good afternoon, everyone. If you are possible to turn on your camera and use the background, we will take a group photo for Forum 4. Okay, I think only a few. Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, one more. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Khaira.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
everyone.
To everybody.
Thank
you
you,
so
See
much,
you.
everybody.
See
A
you.
good weekend.
everyone.
Good again.